Hi guys, this is Chris Morton from binaryoptions.net.au, and in this video I'm going to go through the various deposit and withdrawal methods that are available with binary option brokers, and also just some general advice when deciding what broker to pick, and also deciding what deposit option to choose and what withdrawal option to choose, and also some actual general warnings that you should consider before you actually deposit. Okay, so on the screen here, I've got a spreadsheet here where I've broken down the most popular deposit and withdrawal methods, and you can actually get access to this spreadsheet. I'll put a link below this video in the comments section, so you can click on that link and get access to the spreadsheet. I've also got a few other things in the spreadsheet which you can sort of have a look at. So you'll see here that every single binary option broker gives you the option to deposit via credit card and a wire transfer. Every single broker will give you this option. It's probably the most common method is probably credit card. A wire transfer won't be as common just because it actually takes between 2 to 7 days for a wire transfer to clear your bank to their bank, and also when you withdraw to clear their bank to your bank. Whereas when you deposit via credit card, it's actually instantaneous. But then as we'll move across, we'll just go over the different options. So we've got PayPal, Skrill, Poly, Neteller, Cashew, PaySafeCard, Kiwi, and WebMoney. So all these options other than credit card and wire are e-wallet solutions or prepaid card options. I'll actually go over these in more detail in some further videos, but you can just see here if there's a particular option that you sort of need straight away. Just for example, you only feel comfortable funding via PayPal, you're actually only limited to I think it's 3 brokers right now that actually offer that, one being Finpari, Bloomberg's Options, and Binary Tilt. If you do know of any other brokers that allow you to deposit or withdraw via PayPal, please let me know. Comment below this video. So I'll just click to the deposit and withdrawals tab, and we'll just go over a few things to consider when choosing a deposit option, and also the actual things to consider when it comes time to withdraw. So you see here that every option except for wire transfer, your deposit is going to be in your broker account instantaneous. It's going to happen straight away. There's usually no delays. If there are any delays whatsoever, I would definitely straight away jump onto live support, see if there was some sort of technical issue behind the scenes. But yeah, that's all the time. These should be an instant deposit. And obviously with wire transfer, it's going to take a few days. Generally, you'd only ever choose a wire transfer if you are wishing to deposit a large amount in the multiple thousands of dollars. Just because sometimes these other options actually only allow you to have a maximum deposit of maybe only up to $1,000. Some may not. Some, like with Neteller, I think you can deposit easily up to $10,000 per transfer. So it just depends what you want to do. So the next thing to consider is the withdrawal time. So most options will have your money to you when you cash out within 48 hours. If it takes longer than that, there's going to be some sort of issue there, which I'll go through a bit later. But if your account is all verified and you're good to go, and you haven't have any other terms and conditions that you need to pass, then you should have it, if not same day. Another thing to consider that you might not know is that a lot of brokers have a minimum withdrawal before you can actually do a withdrawal. Some have no minimum, but a lot of them have at least $100 or $50. So I'll go back over to my other tab, and we'll just scroll a bit left here. And you'll see in this column here all the different brokers, and you can actually see that there are certain minimum withdrawal imposed that you have to get through. So For example, binary tilt, you can't withdraw less than $50. So just these are a few things to consider. Most of it's pretty reasonable. Like if you're going to do a withdrawal, most likely you're not going to be doing a withdrawal if it's unless it's greater than $100 anyway. But there's a few here that actually are quite a bit higher. Empire Option, Zoom Trader, it's $200 there. But there's some brokers here like Top Option, 24 winner. Porter Finance, that actually it doesn't matter. You can withdraw $1, $2. There's going to be no restrictions there. All right, so I'll put some things here to consider as well. So it's just some general advice. So when you first deposit, the first thing you should be doing is verifying your account. So this generally includes uploading a copy of a government issued ID document like your passport or driver's license. You're also going to need to upload a copy showing your proof of address. So this could be a recent utility bill, gas bill, electricity bill, anything with your name on it and your address on it. And this would actually match up with your details when you join up the broker as well. If there's any discrepancies there, this can actually add a delay to when it comes time to cash out, that they're going to put a hold on your cash out until that gets rectified. And if you also deposit via credit card, you're going to, in most cases, each broker will ask you to send a copy of the front and back of your credit card. Make sure you black out the actual CCV on the back side, and on the front side, some brokers will just tell you to black out maybe the first, or just leave the last 4 digits of the credit card visible, but the rest you can black out. And this is purely just for security and fraud reasons. It actually protects you, the actual trader. It stops from someone else, hacking into your account, logging into your account, and then putting in their own cash out details and then sending the money to them. So it actually protects you doing this. But frustration will lead to, when you go to cash out and you haven't done this may take up to 24 to 48 hours for them to actually review your documents, and that can lead to some frustration there. Another general bit of advice is, especially to new traders, is don't accept a bonus. At least read the bonus terms and conditions before you do. Accepting a bonus means that in a lot of cases that you can't actually cash out any funds or any profits until you've rolled over that bonus. Which could be a source of frustration for a lot of traders if they actually, maybe they deposit $200, they put in 10 to 20 trades, they're up to $1,000 and they want to cash out, but they actually accepted a bonus. They're going to have to turn over their bonus amount. Sometimes it's the bonus amount plus the actual deposit amount. There can be some crazy terms and conditions out there. So I highly encourage reading the terms and conditions of the bonus if you do accept one. So this leads me into some general warnings that you need to consider before you deposit into your selected broker. So one thing you should consider, I mentioned before, is the minimum withdrawal amount. I don't think that's a big thing to consider, but you should be aware of that. As I mentioned before, you should read the bonus terms and conditions. So when you go to the broker, just down the bottom, there'll be a link that says terms and conditions. It might even be highlighted in a different link saying bonus terms and conditions. Read all through that before you accept the bonus. And also you should read the site's general terms and conditions anyway. Also read the withdrawal terms and conditions. Just to go through, there might be, for example, fees if you usually give you one free withdrawal per month. But maybe on your second and third withdrawal, they may charge a $30 fee or $50 fee, or might be like 5% of the withdrawal. So just get up to speed with that, and this will stop any sort of frustration down the track. Another warning is auto bonusing, and I think this catches out a lot of people, and some brokers use, it's a marketing tactic which actually ties you in to without your knowledge. But when you deposit and accepted their terms and conditions of their site, they might actually say by default, when you deposit, you get a bonus. You may not want a bonus, but you get one, and then you tie it into all the terms and conditions that come with the bonus. Some brokers actually will just auto checkmark this, so when you're actually going to join up, you probably don't even realize you've actually just haven't unchecked the auto bonusing. So you need to do that. For example, one broker that does that, which is why I've only rated them at 4.5 out of 5 is IQ Option. When you actually go to join them, they actually have it checkbox that you want to receive a bonus. I would uncheck that before you join IQ Option, and that's going to solve a lot of your frustration down the track. Not all brokers do this, but there are a few there that do this. And if you know if there are any brokers that do this, please comment below this video. All right, my next general warning is that be aware that sometimes on your first withdrawal, you can only withdraw back to your initial deposit method. So what that means is that if you deposited in Bank to Binary via credit card, on your first withdrawal, you can't then choose Skrill to withdraw. You need to actually select the credit card as your first withdrawal. So just say you've deposited $100 and then you go to you've got $200 in profit, then you can only actually withdraw back that $200 back to credit card. So just be aware of that. Usually they'll tell you this when you go to do it, but they will pause your withdrawal until you actually do it the way they want you to do it. That leads into the next one, which is sort of, sometimes these are sort of intertwined together, that your first withdrawal is limited to the initial deposit amount. So going back again, just say you deposited, this is actually quite common with IQ Option, is that they are really hard on this particular sort of terms and conditions. That just say you deposit $50 in IQ Option, and just say you've got your balance up to say $200, and then if you go to withdraw that amount and say I want to cash out $200, they actually will stop and cancel that request. They have it in their terms and conditions that on your first withdrawal you can only withdraw the amount up to where you first deposited. So that means your first withdrawal should be $50. And once you do that, yep, it'll go through. And then your second withdrawal, you can withdraw the remaining $150. So that's just a little quirk that some of the brokers have out there. So just be aware of that. All you can do is read the terms and conditions. And then if you're happy with all them, then feel free to deposit, and you know what you sort of have agreed to, and then you can enjoy your trading much more. All right, so until next time, may all your trades be profitable.